Well, I'm here with Joel from WolfNet, and want to say hi and thanks for sitting down with me.
Nice to see you.
I'm here at the ARMLS Technopalooza, so we got some agents walking around here, and
a lot of action.
A lot of action in this place. So I thought it'd be I do this a lot where I'm sitting down with other vendors and kind of getting their perspective on things. But for those that don't know who WolfNet is, what do you guys do?
Well, first of all, it's great to be on the alley.
Oh, the alley, is that? That's,
we're in the alley. I like it. I like
it.
it
We actually are in an alley in this hotel.
It's very suitable. It's very fitting. Well, WolfNet is probably most well known for IDX, for property search. We do other stuff. So we do the property search. We do VOW is one of the new things we've been working on. We do complete websites for brokers. We have internet applications, mobile apps, and all kinds of real estate technology goodies.
Very cool, very cool. What's the latest and greatest? I mean, everybody I think in the industry, I would think you guys are basically the not inventors of IDX, but I mean pretty close to that. But I know you do a lot more stuff, and I know you have some big partners out there that people don't know about, right?
Yeah. Well, we work with Keller Williams International as one of the big partners. We've worked with them for a long time, almost 10 years.
So what are you doing for Keller Williams?
So what we do for them is we are part of their e-agency. So they have an e-agency division, and it's a set of services and products for the agents. That includes their e-agency website, includes the e-agency IDX powered by WolfNet. There's a variety of keep-in-touch tools, and so we're a part of that package. And that all ties into their new e-edge application, so all the leads feed into one place. It's a neat deal.
That's great. So, I mean, not only with broker agent business, but some enterprise business as well with
Absolutely.
It. That's great.
Yeah. So it's a range all the way down from an individual agent all the way up to an international franchise.
Right. So the other thing is VOW, right? I mean, I think you guys are really getting, a lot of players look like they're starting to look at that, but you guys are a little bit more forward on that?
Yeah, and I think what's interesting about VOW is it's the best kept secret, and if this blog gets too much traffic, then the secret's out, which I can't talk about it too much. But no, honestly, VOW is a really big opportunity for the industry, especially, for agents and brokers, because they're the only ones that can offer it. And this is, if you remember back when IDX first came out, it was that most of the other sites had 20, 30 fields worth of data. But if you went to an agent or broker website, it was all the fields, and they were the best source of listing information, the most current source of it. And those days are kind of gone. And not only that, but you got the third-party sites, we'll call them, have a variety of other augmented features such as neighborhood data, school data, and all that. And in some cases, they've got some access to sold data through channels and whatnot. So what VOW does, it kind of puts the agent and the broker back in the driver's seat by having the opportunity to offer exclusive data, like original list price, days on market, price change history, as a part of their property search, and it's a distinct competitive advantage for them. Plus, consumers really want that data, and their registration rates increase dramatically, and they start putting the IDX VOW together. So we put the IDX and the VOW together. Because a VOW is a brick wall, right? You can't go past. You have to register, and that's why people were kind of adverse to it at first. They're like, we don't need that. It's too hard. Nobody wants to register. So we just laid the VOW on top of the IDX and put strategic calls to action within the IDX data to get the consumer to register and then gain access.
I mean, you offer like full solutions. Like, do you build the website for them, or
absolutely?
Yeah,
we've done. WordPress is sort of we really like WordPress right now. We talk to agents. A lot of agents and a lot of brokers spend time and money on leasing websites essentially.
Right.
And we like to talk to them about it's nice to own stuff too. Do you own your house or do you rent it? In the long term, what's a better option if you can do it? So it's nice. WordPress is kind of cool because it gives them ownership, portability. They can control it.
Yeah, I've never really thought of it like that. Right. I've never really thought about how, they are essentially leasing somebody else's technology, but with WordPress, it is kind of under their own control.
It's an asset. It actually becomes an asset, and frankly, if somebody were really to build their presence and work really hard at it, and they got a lot of traffic, and say they want to exit their business, that's an asset that has value that can be sold.
No, I've never, it's weird not to have heard that perspective before. I mean, the perspectives I hear from the guys that are leasing websites are that it's, the security and all those kind of things there. But there's definitely an angle where you can. That's a great.
Instant gratification is something everybody likes.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, how long have you guys been in business?
We've been in business over 16 years now.
God, that's. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
It feels like we're a bunch of 3-year-olds. I don't know how that comes
right.
off.
I think started or worked for like 3 or 4 companies since you guys started, right?
Yeah.
So that longevity is fantastic. I mean, that's a good testament to you guys and what you've been doing. I mean, but
we never feel safe though.
Right.
It's not a,
you guys are constantly.
You're in danger zone,
I think you're constantly trying to improve yourself. I mean, you guys went through a big. I don't want to say a rewrite, but I mean, you went and looked at your platform and made it better too, right?
We had to. Yeah, we had to. Times were. You have to be more efficient, and you have to, employee satisfaction. Developers don't like working on old stuff, and they don't like spending 50% of their time doing maintenance. They like to spend, 85% of their time doing neat new stuff, and 15% of their time doing maintenance. So we went through that code rewrite for agility, for speed, to kind of get back to the glory days. When we first started this stuff, we moved so quickly, and it was so much fun. And then you get down to the point where you got so many, as Chris Freeman, our CTO, says, when you get the burden of so many customers, it can really be a drag in terms of, being able to move quickly. So that was part of the objective, was to be able to get back on top and move fast. Right.
So by changing your platform, that gave you that kind of flexibility.
We've put out more new features and services and products in the last 6 months than we have in the past 3 or 4 years combined.
Wow.
So it's working.
I mean, when I was back at eNeighborhoods, I remember there was a point where, how many MLS feeds do you guys have?
400.
Yeah. So it's like, I think there's like a level of expertise where you can kind of create a system that can handle like 100 or 150 MLS feeds. But then there's a line that you cross at a certain point where, oh man, I really shouldn't have done it that way, right?
That's true.
So.
Or I wish I had done it differently.
Right, I wish I had done it. It's too late now, right? So I see a lot of vendors who get in this space and they think, oh yeah, it's just aggregating databases or doing some things, and then later on they discover, the whole premise of how they designed or architected their system really is not suited for. When you get over a certain point of feeds out there.
That happens, and we welcome those phone calls when they call and say, we got to get rid of this, we'd rather be doing something else than working MLS data.
Right.
Yeah, and that's really a testament to our team. I can take no credit. They're phenomenal. They're always thinking. They're always trying to figure out better ways. They're always trying to figure. Anytime something goes wrong or something's not quite right, they figure out a way to prevent it from happening again the next time, and building in more controls. And it's just so efficient right now. It makes a big difference.
Right.
Great people.
Anything new? Anything new that you can talk about, or? Something in the future, maybe.
What, like babies?
Well, you know what? Every time when you get married, no, listen. When you get married, they all ask you before you get married, like, when are you gonna get married? Once you get married, it's always, when are you gonna have babies?
Yeah, that's right. My friend Travis said, she's gonna want one of those, don't you? And I said, one of those what? He goes, she's gonna want one of those babies. They all do. And God bless her. She's wonderful. Jenny's amazing. I'm a lucky guy.
It's gonna happen. Wait for that. Wait for that part. But okay, so I always like to ask also any sort of like being another vendor. You travel a lot. I travel a lot. Any travel tips out there that Joel, have that Joel can say this is my Joel's travel tip. I always do this, right?
Probably you would learn more about what not to do from me. I tend to cut it close when it comes to timing. I don't like to spend 2 hours at the airport. I never do. If there's one thing I would recommend is flying on airplanes that have web access. And I get a lot of work done. In fact, I probably get more work done on an airplane in a 2 or 3 hour flight than I do in 3 days at the office. So it's a nice reprieve, actually. I like traveling in that regard because I get stuff done.
Yeah. I definitely sometimes I'll make a further drive if I get an airplane that'll have web access, especially going cross country.
Right.
Well, this has been great, Joel. I really appreciate you sitting down with me, and
absolute pleasure.
We'll get this out there and see what happens.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. All right, take it easy.